good morning, you guys. And we're ready for language. Tomorrow you have a language test. On Friday, you have your language test. And in that language test, you will need to know a lot of special sounds. You need to be familiar with these special sounds. So we're going to spend some time reviewing them this morning. I sent home a study sheet. You should all have a study sheet like this. And there's a list of these special sounds. And also it tells you to need to know about adverbs, what an adverb is, and how to find an adverb in a sentence. So, all of these special sounds that we reviewed this morning, you will want to be familiar with them for your test. Okay, so pay careful attention. If you can, say them along with me. That will help to put them in your head better too. So we're going to go ahead and review these. Hopefully you can see them well. All right, so here we go. E-I-G-H says A in 8. O-R says in sailor. E-Y says A in obey. E-A says A in steak. Y says E in rainy. I-N-G says ing in pointing. I-G-H says I in night. O-O says in book. O-U says ow in out. C-H says ch in church. A-R says R in stars. C-R says cr in crab. G-R says gr in grin. P-R says pr in pray. B-R says br in bride. S-T says st in stop. A-Y says A in pray. And that's all of them. So you can review that part of the video as many times as you want to, if that will help you prepare for your test and study those special sounds. So, today in our lesson, we're going to begin with some oral exercise. I'm going to say a sentence to you, and I would like you to make the motion to tell me what end punctuation should be at the end of each sentence. And I also want you to be able to tell me if it's a declarative sentence, or an interrogative sentence, or an imperative sentence, or what am I missing? Exclamatory. An exclamatory sentence. So, if it's an interrogative sentence, then draw a question mark and punch the bottom for a period. Okay, remember an exclamation point goes at the end of an exclamatory sentence. An exclamation point is stick with a period under it. So here we go. Here's your first sentence. Dad and Mom will take us to Yellowstone National Park for a vacation. Dad and Mom will take us to Yellowstone National Park for a vacation. What kind of sentence is that, and what kind of punctuation does it get? Okay, are some of you punching for a period? It's a declarative sentence. They're just telling you something, declaring what happened, or what will happen, actually, because they will take us. Okay, so that is a declarative sentence, and it ends with a period. The second sentence, is it recess yet? Is it recess yet? Okay, what kind of sentence is that? It ends with a question mark. Was that a question mark? Whoop. There we go. Question mark, and it's called an interrogative sentence. So remember how the policeman interrogates somebody, he questions them. That is an interrogative sentence, when you ask a question. Here's another one. I love this beautiful spring weather. I love this beautiful spring weather. What kind of sentence is that? That is an exclamatory sentence. It ends with an exclamation point, okay? An exclamatory sentence. It shows strong feeling or excitement. And here's another one. Look at those robins outside. Look at those robins outside. What kind of sentence? Ends with a period. It's an imperative sentence because it's telling you to do something, giving you a command. Look at those robins. All right. Now, you guys have we've been learning about ABC order. And so when we put words in ABC order, like they are in the dictionary, then we first look at the first letter of the word, and we decide which letter comes first in ABC order in the alphabet. Sometimes there are two letters at the beginning that are the same, and so then we have to look at the second letter of the word. So these are all birds that are in Yellowstone National Park. Different kinds of birds. Looks like there's a lot of different kinds of birds. I would love to go to Yellowstone National Park. So we're going to be putting these birds in ABC order, each column. So the first one. Let's look at the first letter of the word. We have a P, an S, and an L. So which comes first in the alphabet? So we have L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. L comes first, so loon is the first one. Up here, here's the L, and then we have a P and an S. Okay, so L comes first. Loon is first, and then it is the pelican, and then a swan. Okay, so now those are in ABC order. So let's look at these. Hawk, heron, and stork. Hawk, heron, and stork. So since these two are the same, we know we have to look at the second letter. But first, let's see, does S come before or after H? Okay, S comes after H, so we know we need the H words first. So let's look at the second letter of the H words. We have an A and an E. Does A or E come first? A comes first. A, B, C, D, E. So hawk is number 1, and heron is number 2, and then we're left with our S word, number 3. We have one more column, sandpiper, snipe, and a pigeon. So let's see, our first letters are S, S, and P. Okay, we have 2 S's and 1 P. Does P or S come first in ABC order? Okay, so we have a P here and an S here. So P comes first, so pigeon will be number 1. But now we have to see which S word comes next. So sandpiper and snipe. Let's look at the second letters. We have an A and an N. A comes before N. So sandpiper is number 2 and snipe is number 3. Okay, so now we put our birds in ABC order. I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And go ahead and go to page 305 if you are not there yet. Page 305. There is a remember at the top. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. It often answers the questions, what kind or how many? So we have an adjective describes a noun. An adjective can come before a noun, it can come after a noun, but it's going to tell us what kind of noun or how many nouns? That's what an adjective does. So here is the first sentence on section number 1 on page 305. My family visited many interesting places in Yellowstone National Park. So we need to read the paragraph, circle the adjectives for the underlined nouns. So they have places underlined. That's a noun. Draw a small arrow from the adjectives to the nouns they describe. And some nouns may have more than one adjective. So which adjectives, are there any words in this sentence that tell what kind of places or how many places? We'll circle our adjectives. So my family visited many interesting places. Anything that tells us how many places? Many places. So that is an adjective. Anything that tells us what kind of places? Interesting places. And then we want to draw a small arrow. And students, I want you to work on, in this paragraph, work on circling your words neatly. I want you to make neat circles around your words. Okay? Don't circle a word like that. That is not the way to do it. Circle a word neatly and draw a small arrow. It doesn't have to have a big hump. It just has to have enough so it can get over, okay? And don't make arrows go through a word. Just make them go between the words, on top of them. Okay, your arrows should be on top usually. All right, so that is for section number 1. You can read through those sentences, find all the adjectives, circle them and draw arrows. Number 2, there is a sentence key that you will use to write what kind of sentence each sentence is. So DCE, like that. This is for section number 2. DCE stands for declarative sentence. IMP means imperative. Okay? INT means interrogative. And EXC means exclamatory. So read the sentences in section 2 and decide what kind of sentence they are. And you'll be writing one of those in front of each sentence. I'm going to review adverbs yet. You will be doing some adverbs on the next page. Remember that an adverb is a word that describes a verb. It often tells how the action was done and usually ends in ly. So an adverb describes a verb. Remember, verbs show action and adverbs tell how the action was done. Okay, that is all. Have a wonderful day.